peace to all of the divine primordial deities. Now, if you're not privy to this information, I suggest just keep it scrolling. I am not here for the dead. I am only here for the awakened. If it resonates, let it marinate. If it don't apply, let it fly. Now let's get deep. Now I want you guys to check this video out, and I'll be right back.
Will hold social media platforms accountable for the hate infiltrating their platforms because they have a responsibility to help fight against this threat to our democracy. If you act as a megaphone for misinformation or cyber warfare, if you don't police your platforms, we are going to hold you accountable.
First Amendment stands as a major block to the ability to be able to just, hammer it out of existence.
But I also think there are Americans who are engaged in this kind of propaganda, and whether they should be civilly or even in some cases criminally charged is something that would be a better deterrent. Platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm.
Now we know that this artificial intelligence is being used for a plethora of things. The internet is one of the biggest tools that this artificial intelligence is using as a tool to surveillance, police, and monitor the consciousness of the people, and also to keep tabs on the divine, the chosen ones. See, the thing is this, the same thing that they created to be beneficial for them, in the end have turned out to be a thorn in their side, because now it have become beneficial for the divine. The biggest threat to this system is consciousness, that is an awakened soul. That's why religion was used as one of the biggest tools of mind control on our people. Because these pastors' jobs is not there to elevate you. Their job is to control your consciousness. These pastors, see, they work for this system. That's why they are on a 501c plan with the government. Because their job is to just pastor the sheep. And to turn you mindless. As your mind is the key to obtain supreme wisdom. And if they can contain your God power, that means you would never be able to reach the higher states of awareness to attain your God mind. So when this system go down, these pastors will go down right along with it because they work for this system to keep you in line. See, the era of Pisces is over. We are in the era of information. It was prophesied in the last days that knowledge will increase, which means that in the last days, the Great Mother is going to return. And that's happening now. We are in the age of Aquarius, which is the air sign. The air represents the spirit. That is the true Holy Spirit that is being poured upon the divine. And the Great Mother is operating through the divine. See, it's not like how it used to be back in the day. Well, we had a brown leader here, a brown leader there, and they had access to a lot of information that we didn't. And a lot of them were conscious. And they were trying to raise the consciousness of our people. And every time we will get these leaders, they will eliminate them. But they can't do that anymore because we are in the era of information. And we are all spiritual beings. And that divine spark is awakening in all of us. So just by executing one of us isn't going to stop the movement. They can't pull what they pulled back in the day. Because we are going to rise regardless whether if you eliminate one of us or not. Because we are all rising. You have too many Bobby Hemmitts now. You have too many Martin Luther Kings. You have too many Louis Farrakhans. You have too many Delbert Blairs. Too many Phil Valentines. It's over. And you can't eliminate us all. And this is why this system is raging war against us. Because the conscious ones is the threat to this system, which is us divine neuromelanated beings. Because in order for you to reach higher states of awareness and to obtain supreme wisdom, you have to have neuromelanin, which is the vehicle of consciousness, of the God consciousness. That's why the Messiah can only come through the neuromelanated gods. And the Vatican knows that. And this is why they are trying to police everybody, because they can't keep a lead on the information that's getting out there about them. They can't eliminate the First Amendment because that's what's blocking them. They can't control individuality. They can't control the consciousness. Religion ain't working on the people. nothing is working anymore. What y'all got to understand is it is through our struggle is when we give birth to Christ, which is the true hate rule. And this is what's happening right now. It is happening through the struggle. These immigrants is not coming over here for nothing. They're not opening up these borders for nothing. They are raging war against us because they know we are awakened to their vices, to their tricks, their schemes, and their plans. And we're not just going to lay down and we're rising. And this is why they're trying to turn back the clock. This Project 2025 is also going against the woke community. We know that it is harmful towards the brown community. And we know that they are trying to cut us out of everything. Because we know Project 2025 is all about cutting the budgets, right? Which means they're trying to cut us out of everything. Because their biggest fear is black power. But most importantly, an enlightened sister and brother. This is why they are coming after the social medias and the platforms. Because they have lost control of everything, which means they have lost control of even the minds of the people. And it's a book that I have that talks about Beyond the Ice Wall and how the custodians and the Anunnaki, once they feel that they have lost control, they create what they call a human reset, is what we are getting ready to approach. They create diseases, plagues, catastrophic events, and things of the sort of whatnot to basically distract us and to throw us off on what's really going on and to reset everything by eliminating us and starting all over so that they can regain power and start from scratch. So here's the thing, my guys and goddesses. We are approaching a reset and a revolution all at the same time. They cannot stop what's happening because the consciousness has already changed the trajectory of America. The gods have awakened. All that knowledge that we left here, preserved in Kemet, which is Atlantis, Tamari, the land of the gods, was preserved for this moment. Because everything that they stole from Kemet, that they didn't have the knowledge of and could not comprehend. Let me break it down in simpler terms for you. What it was talking about is a future event that was going to happen in the future. And that future event was talking about the returning of the gods. And that was us. So, they can't stop this, and they're mad about it. Because it's no longer the few controlling the many anymore. Y'all remember this movie called Fahrenheit? And in the movie, they were burning the books and destroying them. And anyone that was catch with them books, they were burning them up. And they was eliminating them. And the people that had the books, they called them the eels. So basically, the people with the knowledge was considered the sick ones. Because the system could not deal with a conscious mind. Because they understood the power and the magnitude of an individual that have awakened. They became uncontrollable. But in a good way. The system wanted to control them. So they burned all the books to try to level the plane. To make it as if everyone was equal. But that's exactly what we're dealing today because we all are not equal. And the proof is in the pudding, which is the knowledge. Everything have been going downhill ever since the gods have awakened. Last but not least, religion played its part. And once you reach a certain level in religion, it's time for you to spread your wings and fly. Many don't understand that religion was just a stepping stone. It's only for moralism and inspiration. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of our people did need moralism because a lot of our people lost their way. So they needed to be reminded. Once you have received what you have received, it was time for you to move on. And that's why a lot of our people will not ascend because they didn't get the memo. Religion was just a stepping stone. It was never meant for you to stay there. And now we're in the age of Aquarius. The gods have awakened. It's time for you to spread your wings and fly.